Hello and welcome back to the Thought Leader Career Podcast. I'm Sam Bylett, and today I'm joined by Dee De Leon, Director of Operations at Mira Staffing. Dee, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Yeah, so Dee, let's start off by can you share with everyone what Mira Staffing does and how you come to lead operations from the Philippines?
Sure. Mira Staffing provides highly trained virtual assistants, mostly from the Philippines, and we're assisting businesses in the US that are home inspection, pest control, some operations on property management, and the like. And I came from the BPO or business process outsourcing, and I used to lead people remotely before, but since I came from pretty much related industry, I got really inspired to venture out to this industry as well. So I help out the team, created this platform to help more, not only the clients, but also the virtual assistants in the Philippines. This, I knew I had to reinvent how I work for myself. My neurodivergent son, who needs more time from me, and I have observed it's better if you do it in this kind of setup.
Sounds wonderful. And you've been in the outsourcing and recruitment space for over a decade. What originally pulled you into the industry?
Well, what pulled me in? I think it's the passion. The passion made it easy for me. So I started in call centers as before, I started young back then. And what kept me going was the joy of seeing people grow. So I've seen how people would grow by serving clients and people as well. And recruitment became personal when I realized how many talented people were being overlooked simply because they did not fit in the traditional molds. And I wanted to change that. And with that, I also have seen that, usually when you apply for a job, you gotta look for the job that's maybe aligned to your studies. But in the business process outsourcing, I have observed that as long as you have the skills and the character, you could make you could have an opportunity to grow.
Absolutely. And I read actually the global business process outsourcing, the BPO market is expected to grow by 525 billion by 2030. Are you seeing that demand show up day to day with your clients?
Right now it's rapidly growing, and definitely we can see more clients venturing out on that. In fact, we also have clients who have grown their teams from the team here that we provide from the Philippines, and it impacted their sales and the capacity to accommodate more people, not only because it's cost efficient, but because of the way, the talent, and the way as to how. The problem there is the accountability, the quality of work based on accountability, and that kind of better, deeper, soulful connection that they could build. It's really gonna grow.
And what are some of the biggest hiring challenges you're helping them overcome right now?
You know, the clients would want both the efficiency and the quality, right? So if you want efficient but with quality, it's not easy to find that if you don't have a system, if you don't have a structure, if you don't know what you're doing, like if you just want to provide them like these are the people and let's see if you're like them or not, there will be a lot of churn on that kind of betting. But over the years, and maybe because of some observations, I think if a certain business has no background and has no system or strategy, no tools, it will be really, really hard. It will be a trial and error. So in the beginning, we also, we experience those. Like we don't know that this is not the right fit or this is not the right profile. And then eventually, as we as we've seen those opportunities, we learned to cope with technology so that we're efficient. And in terms of making placement really effective, we were able to embrace some strategies on tools like assessments. We have to consider if the personality, not only the skill set, but the culture itself of the person. fits to the culture and personality of the client. Our clients are not only big ones, we also have small ones like startup, solopreneurs, those who are doing one man shop. So they're the owners and they're also the workers. Usually that's where the pain is. Because right after the pairing, they just don't know what to do. They would give the instructions to, for example, the virtual assistant, but the training is not sustainable because they themselves are working. So we've seen that kind of situation there, and we started to fill in that gap. So right now that we know there are opportunities like those or there are situations like those, we also made sure that we're not only hiring. So we're not only a recruitment company who provide people to our clients, but we also train and manage them. And training and management, we're really big on coaching and development. So the mindsetting plus the tools and some strategies there in structure, we're able to meet those gaps.
A lot of people say they can't find good people. Do you think there is a real talent shortage out there, or are businesses looking in the wrong way?
Well, it could be a combination. There are shortage in the talent. Definitely there could be. There could be. That's why we have to exert effort. And in the Philippines, we would also see some strategies or some effort with different groups, making it more, let me say, maybe assertive in a certain approach to provide training, to create opportunities for potential talents, to the beginners, to those who just graduated college, or even to those who are not even in college yet, but with the potential in terms of skill set. Definitely, there should be an effort on that and a structure or system around that. Not only on awareness, but really on a certain action or plan or some initiative to be done. But there are also contributors in terms of the businesses approaches, because not all are open to this kind of approach yet. Like a remote industry, how would you manage someone remotely? How would you manage accountability? But in here, we incorporated them with tools. So we also have tools to monitor accountability and productivity. At the same time, we have the right support. So if we don't have the right support and the right, strategy, the right tools, it will be really challenging. Definitely, it'll be really challenging. So a combination of those and a constant follow up and that good culture and connection, not only to the clients, but also to the people, to the VAs. And for example, in my case, I have to handle different managers and different departments as I had operations. I have to make sure that recruitment, onboarding, placement and pairing, and the client VA care really are seamlessly operational in a matter we're in. It's not only on a certain transaction, it's not only transactional, but it has to be intentional. Meaning, from the time we are betting on potential talent, of course, we have tools to measure if these are the right fit of the usual talents that we have or the usual skill set needed by these talent I mean by these clients that we usually encounter. And we also observe the kind of energy that we get, like, what are the clients that we usually get and what are the usual expectations from a virtual assistant or from a team member. And so we banked on that, and with our assessment we also collated the common rating or the common parameter as to which one would make someone successful, which kind of bearing. So we have measurement on that. It's not like random kind of one-time interview. We really do analysis on it. We we make sure that we get to which one has an impact and why, and then we look at the group of applicants. So we get it from our tools, from our assessment tools, and we compare. So there.
And what's one common mistake you see clients make when they start hiring remotely?
It's unpreparedness and not setting proper expectation, no structure, no clear expectation in terms of what is good and what is bad, and what really is the direction and why, and involving their people on impact. So it's like creating the real team and not just worker who would give them some task.
Yeah. And you mentioned before how important it is to maintain culture, even in remote teams. And what does that look like in practice?
Definitely, we're so big in culture because that's what will make someone connected with you and accountable with you. So, what it looks like, we have our core values. We're guided by that. We call it in abbreviation IRAT-GG. So, it's integrity, respect, accountability, team player. And in team player, it's derived from the ideal team player of Patrick Lencioni. So there really is something in there, not only on hunger, but also on how you interact with people, not only with clients, but also your colleagues or your leaders and such, and the humility in there. And growth and gratitude. So we're big in coaching, definitely. So we also have trainings and onboarding where we have what comes on that. We make sure that we prepare our people, and that we have constant engagement. So on a weekly basis, we have activities that could be run remotely, and for it to be effective, our leaders are supposed to be that too. Because how could you give something if you're empty? So you could only pour on something substantial if you're filled in. So that's actually one of my biggest, maybe the biggest responsibilities I have. Aside from taking care of the numbers of the culture and the processes, I have to make sure that the people are taken care of so that they could also take care of our people and our clients.
Yeah, as tech's obviously really evolved fast, are your clients keeping up with what skills they need?
Oh yes, definitely AI. AI. See, they want to they want efficiency. And so we also have to, you know, be with them on that. And so right now we're pivoting on that too. We make sure that it's a part of our checklist and part of our vetting process, and also in training for those who are existing in the company. We make sure that they could also be up to date to the demand of the technology.
And are you using AI in automation tools to support your work?
Yes, we do, from our monitoring to our vetting system. But right now, we're going to move to putting them in one system that could make automation easier for efficiency, not only in one department. Because before, when there's no AI yet and the evolution of the started was not that quick yet. So we had those systems in place there. So right now, we're integrating. We're moving into that, Sam, to be integrated at least in a tool or one tool that could automate more, and we could provide both the efficiency and the quality.
Stuff. And you're supporting candidates in the Philippines and now expanding into LATAM. What's shifting for those job seekers right now? So what's the change there? What's the difference between obviously the two countries there?
Okay. Well, a lot. So
Mm.
we have observed that there are some considerations that we have to look into as well in terms of culture, in terms of strategy. There are differences. There are differences in culture. I would never say this one is better and this one is less, but they're both they're just special. Both are special, and we have to meet both needs. And at the same time, we have to make sure that we adapt to the international and global standards. That's why we don't stop learning, Sam. We don't stop collaborating. We don't stop researching.
Yeah, absolutely. So important. And a bit of advice for full candidates. What would you advise someone to fix first if they're not landing interviews? Is it their resume? Could it be their mindset or something else?
Sam, it's the mindset first.
Yeah.
We have this 2 weeks boot camp. We pay them. We give them allowance to make sure that they're well supported. On that, we cover mindsetting, the mindset, the heart set, the spiritual set, and the technical side as to how we're going to be successful, as to how they could present this and that, and the tool and such, the technical side. But definitely those who could be paired and placed immediately are those with positive mindset, those with growth mindset, Sam, those who are self-aware, and those who are really hungry and humble and smart. People smart, hungry for growth, and humble enough to know where they go, where they should do what they should do, where they should go, and the prioritization and the preparedness, Sam. It's really, really important. In the remote industry, you would attract a lot of parents, a lot of solo parents and maybe parents, and because it's more convenient for them. Now we're also gearing towards attracting more Gen Zs and millennials, because these if properly managed, coached, and led, they are really passionate. So definitely the mindset.
What trends do you think will shape the remote hiring and staffing world over the next few years?
The trend definitely it should be tech. It should be able to adapt to technology, definitely, because the needs of the business is on the same trend as well. So the combination of efficiency on technology system structure to make it more efficient, I think that really something. And at the same time, culture. Our clients, Sam, are becoming aware now. They don't just hire for skills anymore. They they also hire for character, for culture. The the fit, not only in skill set but also in culture, they're pretty familiar. They're pretty particular. And so we have to have the kind of combination of the technology, the skill set, the culture, and the mindset. So the combination of those.
Relation them, yeah, absolutely. And for our audience, how can they find out a bit more about Mira Staffing and connect with yourself?
Definitely. Well, thank you. Thank you, Sam. You could visit our website at maristaffing.com. We also have our socials in LinkedIn. Usually, my LinkedIn is Dee De Leon. We're posting our opening right there, or some updates. And we also have our socials in TikTok, in Instagram, and in the Blue app, or in Facebook. Yeah, you could follow us right there, and so you could see some Filipino cultures. We usually share some in there, and you could also engage with us in case you want to collaborate and you want to connect with our team.
Thanks, Dee. It's been a great conversation. Really, really enjoyed it. And hopefully we'll keep in touch and speak soon.
Thank you so much, Sam. It's really, really an amazing experience, and it's really nice to connect with you. Hopefully we could reach more people that we could create impact with.
Absolutely. Thank you again, Dee.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Cheers.